When people hear the word punishment, they always think it's something bad, like spanking or something painful, but this isn't true. There's both positive and negative punishment. Positive punishment is the addition of an aversive or undesirable stimulus to decrease the probability of a problem behavior. Negative punishment is the removal of a desirable stimulus to decrease the future probability of a problem behavior.
One type of negative punishment is timeout. Timeout is removing someone from a positively reinforcing activity or environment for a short period of time when they engage in an undesirable behavior. There are two types of timeouts, non-exclusionary and exclusionary.
Non-exclusionary timeout is when the person is removed from all sources of positive reinforcement while still remaining in the room. This is used when the person will not be disruptive to the others in the room and when watching others engage in the positive reinforcers isn't a reinforcer itself. Rachel, I don't think that's a very kind thing to do to your calculator. Let's not do that anymore. I think it's time to take a break. Let's go. You're gonna sit here for 5 minutes, okay? Exclusionary timeout is when a person is removed completely from the room and all positive reinforcers. There should be no sharp objects, well lit with no breakable light source, a fairly empty room with a chair to sit in, and preferably a one-way observation window. Rachel, that isn't very kind to your calculator. Let's make better choices, okay? Okay, I think it's time to take a break. Let's go. You can sit out here for 5 minutes and think about your choices, okay?
Another type of negative punishment is response cost. This is where a specific amount of reinforcers is removed for engaging in an undesirable behavior. All right, class, so let's see. Rachel, if you keep being disruptive, I'm gonna erase a positive behavior point. All right, you lost one. All right, class, are we ready to listen now? So, Rachel, I'm gonna take another positive behavior point away if you keep being disruptive.
There are differences between extinction, timeout, and response costs, even though they all decrease the future probability of a problem behavior occurring. Extinction is when the problem behavior is no longer followed by a reinforcer that maintains the behavior. Timeout is removing the person from all access to reinforcers for engaging in problem behaviors. Response cost is when a specific amount of a reinforcer the person already has is removed when the problem behavior occurs. A type of positive punishment is the application of aversive stimuli or activities. There are many different procedures for this. One procedure is overcorrection, which is the behavioral intervention where an individual is required to engage in a corrective action or behavior that goes beyond the typical correction. This can include positive practice procedure, which is requiring a person to engage in the correct form of behavior a number of times. Thanks, Taylor. It looks like there's a lot of spelling mistakes. Why don't you try again and slow down and make sure you rewrite the words multiple times. This also includes restitution behavior, which is requiring a person to correct the environment that the problem behavior affected to a better condition than before the behavior.
Rachel, that was not a very kind behavior, and I need you to pick up the chairs and make sure they're nice and straight like they were before.
Another procedure is a contingent exercise. This has the person engaged in a form of physical exercise after the undesirable behavior occurs.
Mariana, it looks like you need a break. You're disrupting our class. Let's get up and take a break and take a lap around the classroom.
Another procedure is guided compliance, which is used when a person displays a non-compliant behavior. You should physically prompt the person to engage in the behavior that is requested to prevent any escape.
No, Ariana, you drew on the ball, so we have to clean up. We gotta clean up your mess.
A final procedure is physical restraint. This immobilizes the person's body or body part to prevent them from engaging in the problem behavior.
No, Ariana, we need to stop banging. Too distractive. No banging. Okay, Ariana, we need to stop banging.
There is also response blocking, which is a type of physical restraint. This includes blocking the body part when trying to engage in the problem behavior, but not restraining the body part.
Ariane, we don't suck on hard. Not in school. Oh, no. The concept of punishment can have a lot of ethical problems. These include informed consent, which is getting a written consent to engage in the behavior modification procedure. Also, punishment procedures should only be used for severe problem behaviors. Implementation guidelines, where if the punishment behavior is to be implemented, then there must be a strict form of written guidelines. In addition to written guidelines, making sure to explain the use of the punishment procedure to all staff and teachers who will be implementing the procedure must receive behavioral skill training in the correct use of the procedure. The peer review ensures professional evaluations of the chosen procedure and helps prevent the misuse of punishment. Also, there should be alternative treatments because punishment should not be the first choice. Also, safety should never result in harm to the client.